The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on NewsRadio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back and welcome in to The Local Show on 570 WSYR 106.9 FM, otherwise known as the Steve Riley Show.
There you go again, Tom. There you go again.
Yeah, can you juggle for us? Or,
no. So, are you going to escape the winter and go south at all before the snow?
No, not before the snow melts. We got to get through, let's see, my birthday will be in March, and then... got a couple of gigs, some events, some early.
Oh, you got a planner
events.
on that. That's right. You can't.
Yeah, we can't just take off, and then
right.
of course that gives us the pocket change.
I was just going to go, and then vacations
to go places.
I always figure it would cost twice what I thought it would.
Yeah, yep. You always say that,
and it always does.
It does.
You look and you go, well, we'll add that, and
right.
You know what? 1,000 years ago, we went to Niagara Falls when Nate was like 12 or 11.
Right.
And you go there and then, oh, you want to go to that? We'll go to that event. Oh, do you really want to eat at that restaurant? Well, we will. And then we went to the museum, the Wax Museum, which was awesome.
Yeah,
and
nice.
Then I remember on the way back, maybe he was 10. I remember looking in the back, he was crying.
Oh,
we're like, what's the matter? He goes, I had so much fun. He had so much fun. He was sad he was leaving.
That's funny.
So that made spending too much money my point.
Yeah.
Okay. But your kids are all grown. And
we're going to have to save money because we're going to want to go down with Nicholas in August because he's now a full-fledged member of the college program at Disney. Yeah, so he'll be going down there.
That is good for him. So he can take care of us when we go down?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get your tickets and everything.
There you go.
And when I say get you tickets, I mean me.
You mean you. I know. Yeah.
All right. We got a new guest to the show. Let's not scare her away too quickly. It's Taryn Gilbert, and she's a director. So get ready for your close-up, Steve.
Yeah, there we go.
And she is part of Truth and Light Productions. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me on.
Well, thank you, Taryn. So you are coming all the way from Pennsylvania to be here. Why Syracuse, and what's your history? How did you get into directing?
Well, so first question, why Syracuse? So we have I've performed here at the Oncenter over the past few years, a few different shows. Mm-hmm. I've performed in Percy Jackson.
That's awesome. That's
Newsies,
my favorite. Yeah.
And Descendants as well.
Oh,
so
very nice.
This will be our fourth show here at the Oncenter Carrier Theater.
Right.
And we just love performing here. It's just so much fun. The theater is amazing. The staff is really great to work with. It's kind of a step away from our hometown. Which is, we're in New York, which obviously what better place to do the arts, right?
You say New York, it makes it sound like New York. We're in Syracuse.
Well,
let's be honest.
Well, but it's New York. You say New York, it could be Syracuse,
that's
New York
true.
City, and it's still
New York without all the traffic.
But it's beautiful up here, and we really do enjoy it. We kind of have a routine, when we come up here.
Were you classically trained? Did you go to college for?
I did not, but I've been performing since I was very, very little. So dance classes since 3 years old.
Wow.
Then got into musical theater a little, maybe 5 or 6. And then just kind of continued that path.
Cool.
Into performing, choreographing, directing, producing. All that fun stuff.
Did you have to get a bunch of signatures to make yourself a director, or did you just say, I want to direct this show?
Well, when we first started, which was around 2011, it was kind of like I kind of take on that role naturally.
Okay.
I'm the oldest of 5.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of directing is sort of in my blood in a sense.
So you're a leader.
Yeah.
So if you're at a meeting, you ever been at a meeting and people are sitting around and the anointed leader doesn't show up and people are sitting there, you're the one that goes, you know what, why don't we just start? That's you.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is me.
So Truth and Light Productions is your own production company? Is that it?
Actually, Truth and Light Productions is the promotional arm of the company. But so we're helping to promote this musical. And just a fun fact, I'm also one of the creators of the musical. So this is a brand new original musical from scratch. This has never been performed before. So this is going to be the first time that audiences are going to be able to experience
it. Famous person from way back when didn't write this show. You guys wrote it. You and your team.
Famous person from right here and now, Tom.
That's awesome.
And I have the awesome privilege of being able to direct it.
So I know that there is some I don't know whether you would call it lore, folklore, or a story around John Henry. Mm-hmm. And why don't you explain to people what the show's about then?
Yeah, so John Henry, which is people consider him a legend. It is said that he was a real person, alive back in around the 1870s, but he, as much as he could have been like a real person, he became a legend because he was a story and a song that the rail workers sang about and talked about, and it was the legend that was brought down as a sort of story to encourage the workers to that man can never actually. That man can always beat the machine.
I see. Okay.
Right. So as we can do this,
So we don't know if he's a real man.
Right. I mean, it's said that he is, but he's like real to each kind of area of wherever area of the country told his story. If that makes sense.
Was Paul Bunyan real?
Well, see, I don't know.
I mean, you take those things, right?
Well, no, he was way too tall to be real.
No, but there's certain things. It was Davy. What's the
Crockett?
Was he real?
Crockett. I'm not sure if he was real.
Right.
I don't know, but it's these legends.
These legends.
Awesome tall tale legends.
And you have him depicted as an African American, so we don't know. He wasn't like a slave or anything. He was just a.
This was after
legend.
the Civil War.
It was after.
Yes, but when the way kind of like we tell the story, we bring in John's father was a slave. Okay. And then he was like born into slavery, but then eventually the Emancipation Proclamation happened. Yeah. So we tell this whole story. We take some, of course, artistic liberty.
Sure.
Because we want to tell the story the way that we feel like people will be able to relate to it, and
so it's a musical.
Yes. So there's songs.
We just went to the same place at the same time. So it's a musical. Tell us about the music. So. Okay, I'm going to put that with a caveat. Sometimes I'll go to a place, typically in a protest with my wife who wants to go to the play because I don't sit still that long. But sometimes musicals
are more engaging.
Other times you're like, what's the song? Wait a minute, and I'm not connected. So tell us about the music. I want to hear about the music.
So if you have you ever seen the musical Hadestown or heard of it?
Oh yes, definitely. That's very popular with the kids. Yeah.
So I love that musical. Right. That is kind of like a lot of the inspiration. So
very
it's going
soulful.
to be a gospel folk. Sort of a little bit indie, but with the musical theater vibes. It's very much like a not much dialogue, so it's sort of like an operetta in its own right. So
like Newsies, like that, where it's kind of like always singing.
The story will be told through song, which is really cool. It's kind of like the way that I love watching musicals like that. So it's kind of
my wife will love it. She'll love it.
Do you have a bunch of local musicians, or is it going to be an orchestra, or is it backing
traveling
tracks,
group? Or
it'll be backing tracks for now. Eventually we'll be able to
afford a full orchestra.
Well, plus control of it too. You want to have excellence.
Right.
You don't want to.
So for now, we created the backing tracks, but I will say, if you like that kind of feel, that folky, strong feeling type of music with the high points and the low points and kind of just like that whole spectrum of feeling that is told through music. This is your show.
So when is it and where is it? Tell us.
It's on Oncenter Carrier Theater, March 28th and 29th. And we have 2 performances, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon. So you get your choice.
And how do people get tickets?
They can go to asmsyracuse.com.
Okay, so write that down. asmsyracuse.com. You're not going to find this at a lot of places. This is a very special, very unique, very original presentation.
And if you want to hear more about the show, see clips, you can go to truthandlight.net.
Okay, truthandlight.net. And if you want to get tickets, asmsyracuse.com. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.